Alright, in this video, I'll be explaining you one of the best method for drafting or detailing. I'll also give you a bar bending schedules, quantity takeoff and estimation in a better way than the conventional method which we receive and output from STAAD Pro, which is known as the Advanced Concrete Design tab right here, or RCDC. Get into start, RCDC. Sometimes the search doesn't work. It's known as RCDC here. Alright, okay, so in here, for successfully completing RCDC, first we would like to have a concrete member section assigned into our structure, be providing a fixed support to the base, and in the case of loading, I'm having two load cases, one from dead load and the other ones from live load. In the case of a floor load, no combinations, nothing here. And finally, I like to run the analysis. That's it. After running the analysis, I'll be opening the advanced concrete design here. Alright, give some name, who you're working for, what you're working for, everything like that. And I'll like to design a beam here. In this video, I'll be only designing a simple beam group from the story tree. Similar procedure can be adopted for wall or slab here. You'll read all your data. Okay, we got group 1. In the group 1, we'll be having B1, B2, B3, and B4. All these 4 beams being grouped together. You know, by grouping, all the reinforcement will be similar. That is, the length of the beam, the size. Okay. Alright, okay, there is nothing here to explain either. You can export this right into a DXF file. This one is beam continuum, column 1 and beam 1. Okay, column 2 videos showing some sort of layout here. Getting into general and reinforcement here, there's nothing much to change here. What type of design do you want? Do you want to have a ductile design, or what kind of design do you want? You'll be picking up that option right here. Alright, got certain will be using the best fit option for detailing settings here. Then the fixing up minimum and maximum steel is all based on IS 456. Be providing what sort of concrete grade you want, what sort of steel, radius, and also the side face reinforcement. This should be seen in the torsion bar for a column. Alright, and that's all for here. Then I'd like to get into the basic load case right here. I'll be providing the first case was the dead load and the second case was the live load, adding both asset right to the primary load case. Again, they will be asking for the combination from the, I will be picking up the regular structure as 1.5 into dead and live will be the sort of combination here. Afterwards, I can get into auto design. Yep, we be having a sort of design here. Okay, what is RAG? Before designing, I'll be using the ductile design, as I'm preferring ductile design here, and I'll be using auto design right now. So the type will be ductile design. Alright, in here, the first thing, all this green color is indicating that this section is safe. Alright, this is the ductile design here. So size of the beam, concrete and steel. You know, the bar, the rebar will be divided into as elevation of the side view of a rebar. I can have the top section and I can have the bottom section. In here I can have left, middle, and right. Okay, all these reinforcements are provided right here. Bottom left, bottom middle, and bottom right. Top left, top middle, and top right. You got shear reinforcement. This is two-legged, 8 mm diameter, bar at 95 center to center spacing. Okay, that's all about the shear steel. And also we got some sort of side face reinforcement. This one is showing that the two numbers of 8 mm diameter bar at each face. EF stands for each face. Alright, afterwards just get into that's all. If you want to see the forces right here, you can get into here, member forces. Alright, let's modify the design here. I can have the grade of the bar, and there will be an option for changing the bar layers at top. If I'm entering 2 right here, I'll be having 2 layers. If the bar area is so much greater, I'm drawing up different elevation. Okay, so the bar number and bar area will be too high. I'll be using 2 layers. Maybe, I don't know, it's not compulsory to use 2 layers. If it can accommodate all the ASD provided in a single layer, that's okay. They won't go for the second layer. So hardly you might say this. In most of the commercial drawing, I haven't seen this option here, so only I'll be providing up only in a single layer reinforcement. Alright, okay, so that's it. So if you want, you can go for bar at top, be providing bar at bottom, maybe 3 layers. So let's see this in the detailing option here. So not now, I can go for redesign option here. These are the bar layers at top and bar layers at bottom, which will be clearly visible from this figure right in here. Okay, these are 2 layers. If you want 3 layers, you'll be having 3 layers of bar at the top. Okay, let's redesign the asset, and I'll be accepting this as a solution. This one's for G7. Alright, in order to view the diagram, I can get into elevation and sections. I'll be showing up everything for G7, B25. Well, B25, G7, yeah, this one. I'll be showing up everything. Alright, looking up this figure, there won't be only a single layer of reinforcement provided here, here, and here. Okay, so well, that's it. 2 numbers of 12. So length is 695. Okay, they've been cranked up from 695 there. Okay, it's possible for you to understand and read all these things here. Alright, it's 11 numbers, 2 leg stirrups of 8 with center to center is 300 spacing. Alright, right in here, 2 numbers of 16 mm bars right there. Well, that's it. You can read it. 3 numbers of 10. Alright, that's all about results. I can close it. There's a close button right there. So that's all about the design part, and let's get into the detailing part in group 7. The red line indicate ASD required and the blue line indicate ASD provided. Let's ensure that the blue line will always be right at the top of the red line. If I right click in here, and I can get into detail section. If I like to change up the diameter, maybe from, okay, you can see that the ASD provided is much less than, okay, it is provided must be greater, they are saying that. Alright, I like to increase the number from 2 to 3, no, from maybe 4. Okay, be just for the sake, I'll be, alright, just let me see this. Alright, now let's see the design part of it. Accepted. Yeah, you can see that. I like to show the detailing of the section where. So let's get into the detailing part of here. You can see that there is a blue line there which indicate ASD provided, and you got the red line which indicate ASD required here. Alright, it's obviously sure that the blue line will always be right at the top of the red line. It's possible for right clicking. You can edit this line or anything right away, right clicking here and get into detail section. Alright, I'm having 5 numbers of 8 mm diameter bar here. If you don't have 8 mm, you can right away increase the size into 12. So you can see required AC is only 200, but provided is 566. As you can see that the line is so much higher. Okay, either you can accept this as a solution, or you can maybe 2 numbers of 12. I can have 2 numbers of 16. Okay, well, that's it. Accepting this as a solution, it will be clearly visible right here for G group 7 beam number 25 here. Let me just get into the editing part of this. I can design it. Alright, you can see the stuff is right here. Okay, that's cool. You can have 2 layers and 3 layers here. Let me see whether it works or not. I'm not sure. You know, that has been redesigned by the software. You know, the software is smart enough to told you that there is no requirement of that much number and AC. That's always looking for economic design, so I'm not going to play on here. So that's all about the modify menu. Okay, get into text schedule. I'll be picking up the first option. It's a basic standard option. I don't want to have any sort of curtailment right there, as I know that there is no sort of curtailment in my asset right here. So it's all readable. In left you got 2 numbers of 16, into the top reinforcement you got 2 numbers of 16, stirrups, midspan and right. The side face reinforcement is right there. It's not seen in every beam. So that's all about this text schedule, and you can have diagrams by getting into elevation and section. I can going for beam number 7, pick up the diagram whichever you want. Alright, in here you can have the diagram. I'm not explaining each and everything, as this one all are readable for civil engineers. The span, this is 14 numbers of two-legged with 8 mm diameter, having spacing 95 center to center. So this total length of 1.2 meters. In between 1.2 meter you got mid face, which 1 numbers two-legged in 8 mm diameter with 250 center to center spacing. Alright, scale. Okay, this one shows 2 numbers of 12 and 3 numbers of 12, and this two-legged of 8 mm diameter bar. Alright, got. Alright, so if the beam depth is 600 here. So do you remember I've changed my section size to 500 right away from design option right there. Alright, I can close it. Or again, how the design summary will summarize just something like this. This is all the summarized design results. You can read it. Okay, you can save this, you can print it by saving this. You can, okay, you're asking to save the project. I can see this in HTML. There's nothing other than HTML. I can print it right in PDF or to the paper. Page setup is right there. It's also you can watch it and read it right there. So that's all about design summary. Now it's just design calculations are there. So I'll be showing up calculation for group 7 here. Alright, you can take time and read up all these things. So showing up all the calculations in a SPD, SPD, AST calculated, AST provided, PRV provided. Alright, okay, so it face, the side face is not required. Okay, they're showing up sort of calculations here. Alright, okay, so you know, you take time for read up all these things. There is nothing much to explain in here. Okay, then how whether you have changed the size of the beam here. Yes, I have changed one beam right there from 600 to 500, which is clearly visible right there. Alright, then I can have with failure diagnostics, whether none of the beams have failed. Okay, so I just don't want to get into there And also I would like to have the bill of quantities. Okay, bill of use summary, reinforcement type wise, and that's it. You have to enter the cost for M25 grade concrete FE 415, and also that's it. The shutter or cost has been provided here, so you can have the cost. So the total cost is 2,58,224. So that's it. There is nothing much to explain here. You got 3-4 types of rebar. Each cost is given here. Alright, okay, so this is sort of look summary, and reinforcement wise is given here. For beam, you have used this much of concrete in meter cube. Link face, total of all this reinforcement is being provided here, and shuttering stuff is being provided here. So the total quantity is given here. Okay, so alright, that's all about bill of quantity, and let's get into bar bending schedule here. So this number of bars will be numbers, and this bar diameter is maybe okay, this is all as prefix and suffix, so I'm not here to edit these assets here. I just generate the BBS for live group number 7, the bar minimum length, the rebar length, the round of all these things are being given here. Okay, so you need to pick up these parameters, and after a bar bending schedule, again how the type of CAD file will be provided right here. And just read up all these things. The length of A is given here, length of B is given here, C, D, and everything is provided here, including the radius, the fillet radius. It may have some sort of radius here. The radius is provided here. Alright, then finally I can have length of the bar, and finally the total weight of the bar for B25 to 28. So that's all about RCDC. You can possibly import the model from STAAD Pro and ETABS. In the latest version 17 and 18, ETABS doesn't have any sort of detailing here. So make use of this for a better option in detailing, and incorporate this in your project. And thanks for watching.